Children all over the world never discriminate people with regard to the social status as the poor, the rich, the educated or uneducated, low class or high class in society, civilized or uncivilized, Eastern, Western, black color, white color, etc. For them, all human beings are their friends, relatives, fellow human beings, with no limitation of nationality, culture, religion, race, or any kind of diversity. So they can play, work, live in peace, harmony, and friendship with others joyfully, even everywhere, every time. That's the second reason. The third one, children can enjoy their present moment lives. Very important. Meditation practice has main aim to help you to develop, to live fully with the present moment. But the children possess this quality naturally. They don't need to train. In their hearts, no concept of yesterday or tomorrow coming to disturb or worry about. Only today, only now that plays an active role. They completely forget the past experience and also never worry or dream of what will happen tomorrow. They just simply enjoy today's lives as much as possible. That is the reason why children never want sleeping pill as the adults. Any one of you need sleeping pill to help you to have a sound sleep at night? Any one of you feel rather difficult to go to sleep? It's shameful. Why? What happened? The children don't have much knowledge like you, don't have much experience like the adults, but they can sleep easily, have a sound sleep whole night. But we, a lot of experience, a lot of skill, a lot of knowledge, but can't sleep well. What happened? That's because we don't live fully with the present moment. We allow our mind to travel back to the past or dream of the future all the time. So the children always live in the worry-free zone without fear or worry about the unpredictable future. Today is real life that they should appreciate and enjoy it. Why worry about what has not come yet? You should ask yourself, why? You fear, you worry about the future that doesn't come yet. Future is uncertain. But according to the law of karma in Buddhism, what you will be tomorrow or next week depends on what you are doing here and now. So what you need to do is do your best now for the better life tomorrow. This is a very important thing. So don't worry about the future, because the future is the result. It depends on the cause and condition that you do here and now. That's why meditation trains you to live fully with the present moment. train you to take full responsibility with the task at hand. This is the immediate task. Train your mind to live fully with present moment as much as possible. What you will be tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, depends on what you are doing here and now. So this is the lesson from the children. Why worry about what has not come yet? And I would like to recommend the saying of Dalai Lama. He gives the interesting teaching about how to get rid of worry. He said that if the problem you are dealing with can be solved, why worry about it? It can be solved. Regard it as the process of learning. And if the reason you are facing now cannot be solved, why worry about it? It cannot be solved. Accept it. Let it be. Whatever will be, will be. Because it cannot be solved. It's useless to worry about. Simple, very simple. If the problem you are facing can be solved, why worry about it? It can be solved. Regard it as the process of learning. It's the way to develop your potential, your knowledge, your skill. But if it cannot be solved, for example, death, how can we escape from death? It cannot be so. Everyone must die for sure. Why worry about it? It cannot be so. Oh, enjoy your life today. The fourth lesson, the reason. Children are able to forgive and forget easily. With the above condition as base, children neither get stuck in the past experience, whether pleasant or unpleasant, nor imagine of the future. As a result, they tend to look over others' mistakes or of themselves naturally. We can clearly witness when the children sometimes get angry, feel sad, cry bitterly, have big quarrel. Very soon they come back to the balanced and peaceful condition. Just a few minutes they cry bitterly, but a few minutes later they can smile. So they don't get stuck with the past experience. They are able to forgive and forget rather easily. Sometimes they have a quarrel with each other playing together. But very soon, they can play, enjoy the play with each other again. There seems to be nothing wrong. That is the meaningful lesson for us to learn that actually there are no mistakes but lessons. There are no mistakes but lessons. Human beings learn from trial and error. So we need to forgive yourself sometimes. Don't feel guilty with your mistakes. Don't feel guilty. And also you need to forgive other faults, other mistakes. To forgive the other mistake means that we provide them, we give them opportunity to learn more, to understand more. In the same way, you usually forgive the mistake of your child and your children. If you don't forgive them, if you criticize them, censor them, blame them, they cannot develop themselves. They feel disappointed. In the same way, all human beings in the world do something wrong, but it's the way to learn. We learn from mistakes. No one is perfect. All other people like you do something wrong, some mistakes. That's because we lack knowledge, we lack understanding of the world, of the truth of life, so we do something wrong. But mistakes can help you to understand. So you need to learn to forgive and forget. This is the nature or the characteristic of the children that help them to be happy rather easily. Now, in Buddhist concept, Buddhist perspective, my great master in Thailand give us a homework to put into daily practice. The first one. Immediately waking up in the morning, remind yourself that you are very fortunate to stay alive one more day. Why? For many of your friends at the same age did pass away. But for you, it means that you have sufficient virtue and goodness to support with good health, good job, happy family, good friend, so on. You are fortunate to have a lot of condition, a lot of situation that can help you to be happy. When I come to UK and know about social welfare, for example, pension for the old age, when I compare with the situation in Thailand, there's no pension for the old age at all. So the old age in Thailand is a pity. They have to earn a living by their own. No social welfare to support for the old age. But in UK, to have a good social welfare, a good charity organization to raise funds to support the homeless people. But there are no such condition in Thailand. So you are very fortunate to have a healthy body, a good job, a comfortable house to live in, sufficient money to spend your holiday. So be happy. So you have a good opportunity to learn more knowledge, develop potential and skill, cultivate love, wisdom, that enables to attain the highest goal of liberation, the enlightenment, nibbana, the ultimate goal of life. So one day, each one day is very meaningful, is most valuable. So today is the most valuable property for you to make use its precious moment to learn and grow. So try your best to live your life meaningfully, mindfully, heedfully, and hopefully. Today is the real life, because the past has gone. But tomorrow doesn't come yet, it's uncertain. But today is the real property. Try your best to make use out of it. Don't let it pass by without any meaningful lesson. Therefore, live your life today as if it were the last day in your life. The second practice, spread your good heart of loving kindness and compassion to all living beings, or human beings. It is only through pure love and wisdom that can you open your heart to connect the whole world, to touch the feeling and needs of other people. Love is primary element that helps you to overcome loneliness and then create consolidation in human society. Only love can awaken in us the universal truth that all long for happiness, all fear of punishment and death. For this reason, we have to open our hearts to spread a good wish, a good will for the well-being and happiness of all fellow human beings. We need to care, respect, understand each other, and take full responsibility to make the world a better place to live in, to promote the feeling of brotherhood, sisterhood that is conducive to world peace. Love is the greatest power in the world that can unite all heart, all mind of people as one. Great love, from my experience, is like a nutritious food to nurture and nourish the life. You can imagine if any family lacks sufficient love to nurture, what happens? The father and mother always have conflict just because they don't care the feeling of each other. They don't respect each other. What situation in that family? If the children don't respect their parents, always cause some kind of conflict with the parent because the lack of love, care. What happened? I normally compare love with like a cement that can combine each bricks to form a huge building. Only love can keep each brick joined together. From pure love, from the unconditional love, what comes next? Because the great power of pure love of the parents, they can give everything the children want. So pure love leads to generosity or giving. What does it mean, generosity? Generosity is the ability to give anything to benefit others without expecting to get anything in return. As the parents enjoy to give, willing to give anything the children want. That's why only true love, but pure love or unconditional love, can the whole world become peaceful, harmonious. So every morning when you wake up, spend 1 minute at least to spread your good heart, beginning from yourself, love yourself, and then compare yourself with other people. All human beings in the world long for happiness, want to be free from any harm, any danger, any disaster, like you. So spread your heart wider and wider to cover the whole world. We here are trained to spread loving kindness every morning. In the morning, may all living beings, all the world, be happy, free from any sickness, free from any harm, free from enmity. May they all be happy. May they all live in peace, in harmony, every morning. Because the power of great love will help you to be safe, to be secure everywhere. You will be loved for human being, even for the angel deities. So the second lesson that I'd like to recommend all of us to practice every morning is immediately you wake up, spread your good heart, pure love to all fellow human beings, from yourself to your beloved one in the family, your relatives, your close friend, your colleagues in the working place or something. Spread wider and wider in your community, your town, your city, your country, and then wider and wider to cover the whole world. And the last, always remind yourself that you are subject to death. You are closing to death every day. Actually, not every day, every minute. We are subject to death, for sure. And keep in mind that death is a part of our life. It comes along with birth. Death comes after every step of your life. Whatever is of nature of arising is of the nature of ceasing. This is the universal truth. Human life is fairly short, like a dewdrop on the blade of grass disappearing with the sunlight. Death is without sign. No one knows which comes first, tomorrow or next life. Death, however, in Buddhism, is not totally stop of existence. Rather, it's the beginning of the new life in the other dimension. Buddhism teaches about the cycle of rebirth. Cycle of rebirth. It's like a cycle of water. It changes from water to steam, from steam to cloud, from cloud to rain. Cycle like this all the time. As long as the structure of water, H2O, still intact, it can keep some kind, some form, some different change from moment all the time. Like human being doesn't totally disappear with death. Death is the beginning of the new life. Death is great teacher who gives a clear illustration showing the truth that all material things we struggle hard to get their own life are left behind. The rich and the poor undertake the same situation. Everything we struggle hard, work hard, all whole life will be left behind. We cannot bring anything. Nothing can accompany us to the next life. Nothing can accompany us except the mental quality, the spiritual faculties in the form of character, tendency, and personal traits, particularly at the last moment of the dying. The state of peaceful mind with clarity becomes the crucial factor to determine the next life. So what you will be, what you will experience in the life after death depends totally on the condition of the mind at the last moment. If at the last moment you die peacefully with the clarity of the mind, at the last moment of the dying, there will be two important conditions happen. The first one, the sign of what we have done the whole life. If they have done a lot of goodness, a lot of virtue, there will be just like video to play off, to show. You can keep watching personally. When you saw a lot of goodness you have done, good activity to sacrifice yourself to benefit the people in the society, you feel proud of self, you feel relaxed, you feel peaceful. But if you have done a lot of immoral behavior, illegal behavior, you kill others, you cheat others, you have sexual misconduct, such condition will appear to your mind like personal video. You feel sad, your mind becomes darkened. That condition will play the next life to you. For example, you have done a lot of immoral actions. The hell that you will be reborn will pop up, show up. You feel sad, you feel excited, you feel scared. Sometimes you may cry out loudly. So, for those who have accumulated various kinds of goodness, multitude, death is regarded as a gateway to enjoy luxurious and fortunate life. You're really happy. You welcome death with smile. Sometimes your friend who passed away before you, they come to welcome you. Oh, come, quickly. We wait for you a long time. We organize a party to welcome you. They can communicate at that moment. So you can see, if you go to see the dying people, you can see their face will show. They will be happy in the new life. They can smile. Sometimes they keep talking with their friend. But for those who have done the bad deeds, wrongful deeds, they're scared because they saw the clear picture of the next life. So try to keep this homework, 3 homework in daily practice each morning. Each morning. If you can realize, you can train your mind to be happy one day-to-day life. Here is the Buddha's word. Reflection on impermanence and death can slowly bring us wisdom. Enables us to see that we are falling again and again into fixed, repetitive patterns and begin to long for freedom to get out of them. We have freedom of choice. That's right. Everyone have free will to choose the best way, the most appropriate way for our destiny. So train yourself to live fully with present moment as much as possible. If you can train your mind to fully awaken with the task at hand, with your immediate role as a parent, as a friend, as a son, as daughter, as wife, as husband, take full responsibility with your role, with your duty, and particularly love yourself in the right way. If you really love yourself, you don't allow yourself to behave in the wrong way. In Buddhist perspective, we need to accumulate the good deeds all the time. Don't do any evil to perfect virtue and to purify the mind. This is the right way to develop your happiness in daily life. If you can train yourself to be happy just one day, it's enough. Only one day. I have an experience. When I live in Jordan, I live alone. Not really alone, with 2, one boy and one girl who we call Upasika, to support. You can imagine I live in Muslim country. Really few people come to communicate to. I never heard the barking of a dog, the singing of a bird. One day, I heard the sound of barking dog. I'm very happy. I have a friend, and one day I saw a bird flying around and sing. Really happy. And each morning, after meditation practice, I spread loving kindness to all people, Muslim people, because I regard them as my friend, my relatives, human beings. I don't regard them like the foreigner for me, because we as monks are taught to regard all human beings as my relatives, particularly the younger one, regard them as my brother and my sister. the older one as my older brother, older sister, as the older than me in age, about the uncle, the aunt, auntie, grandfather, grandmother, like this. So this is the way to develop a happy daily life. It's difficult to practice. Difficult for you? I don't think so. Simple technique to put in daily practice. Adding question, how to put into practice in your daily life. Immediately you're waking up, remind yourself, oh, I'm very fortunate to stay alive one more day. Immediately spread your good heart to all fellow human beings. May they all be happy, healthy, live in peace, in harmony. And then remind yourself that I'm certain to die one day. But today, I'm still alive. I have a chance. I have a good opportunity to do what should be done. Simple, very simple. Okay, any question? No. Thank you for your attention. Take this opportunity to say goodbye to all of you. Next week I'll be back to Thailand to fight with cancer. And if possible, if I am strong enough, I'll be back. May the power of merit and the goodness you have done, may you all be happy, healthy, fulfill your life. May your good wish come true very soon and forever.